Hello everybody from Plant Reviews. Today is the 19th of February and today I'm talking about the Crocus Cream Beauty. Unfortunately I have only two flowers because when I planted the bulb some of them were dug out and eaten by rodents. As you can see, there is a big hole here. So definitely next time I will put like a net, or even better, a metal net to protect the bulbs underground, so through the mesh the flowers and the leaves can still sprout. This is actually one of the most common crocuses for sale. The species of this crocus is Crocus chrysanthus, and the variety again is called Cream Beauty, thanks to this beautiful creamy yellow color on the tepals, and this color is actually quite paler on the outside, but as you can see the outer part is also like blushed with this grayish black purplish tinge. Hopefully is more evident here. You can see this detail. It's like a really almost painted brush with this kind of purplish black on the outer part of the tepals, and also this grayish purplish hue becomes more evident on the stem of the flower. This is a crocus that is easily available in garden centers as well as as online. In particular, I bought mine from a garden center selling Taylor's bulbs. That is actually one of the most famous brands of bulbs for sale in the UK, and they were usually they are, I think, 10 or 15 for £2.99, but obviously if you find them on clearance at the end of the season, they are even cheaper. Again, they are sold in usually groups of 10-15 corms per bag, but unfortunately rodents had a feast on some of the bulbs, but I'm happy at least I managed to have two flowers. The flowers themselves are not particularly big. They're about, would say, 4 or 5 centimeters in diameter. Actually, even less, probably. Yeah, I would say because 4 or 5 centimeters in diameter would be if they were fully open. But actually, this crocus is like most crocuses, and actually all crocuses I know, they never fully open. They always have this kind of cup-shaped appearance, so the actual diameter of the flower is a bit less, is a bit smaller, usually about, one second, I try to focus on this flower. Yeah, usually you can see, well, with my fingers just next to the flower, in total we'll probably average about 3.5 centimeters in diameter. The leaves are grass-like, actually quite ornamental. They have this white stripe in the middle, and they are dark green on the outer edges. This crocus needs to be planted in very well-drained soil. Definitely they don't like waterlogged conditions, but also they like a lot of sun, so really full sun is the best option, but they can handle partial shade. Many gardeners plant crocus bulbs in the lawn to have a nice late winter, early spring blooming. However, in this case, remember not to mow your lawn until the leaves have withered in late spring, early summer, because even after the flowers have gone, the leaves still produce energy for the bulb to be stored in the bulbs or in the corm. A corm in this species is basically a similar organ to a bulb. The thing is that the corm is actually made like is this kind of spherical organ made from the stem of the plant, or actually the bulb is made from the leaf of the plant. And if I remember correctly, and it's not the other way around, I will obviously say in the description. However, the function of both bulbs and corms is very similar. They keep energy when the plant is dormant, and they ensure that for the next growing season the plant has enough energy to grow leaves, flowers, and of course also to produce new offsets, new bulbs or new corms according to the species. And about these flowers, I have read in several sources that they are fragrant, but actually, unlike many other crocuses, which have at least a light fragrance, in this one I can't really smell anything. However, remember that, of course, sensitivity to fragrance varies from person to person. So what to me is a flower that is not fragrant might be with a wonderful light fragrance or soft fragrance for another person. Anyway, in my personal opinion, I wouldn't recommend this crocus for fragrance. And anyway, even the most fragrant crocuses, they usually bloom so close to the ground that really, unless you have them in a windowsill and you smell them every now and then, or you keep them in a pot and you obviously bring the pot close to your nose to smell them, really are not able to perfume a garden. However, they offer certainly a really nice show with their beautiful blooms that come up so early in the year again, actually from according to the species, from early autumn to mid-spring. In particular, the most common crocuses for sale are either autumn flower species, blooming usually between September and November, and the winter-spring blooming season, crocuses blooming usually between February and March. Crocuses are really recommended for if you want to have some nice flowers, and the earliest part of the year. So together with the earliest daffodils and the earliest tulips, they provide a nice rainbow of colors to your gardens. And of course, these plants are quite small, so the leaves tend to be about 10 centimeters long at the most. The flowers usually are about 8 centimeters in 8 to 10 at the most, so really they need to be planted at the front border. The plant, as I said, they grow from corms. The corms are pretty small, about 2 centimeters across, so they need to be planted about 5 centimeters deep. And again, well-drained soil, full sun, and remember to try to protect them against the rodents. Ideally, if you are not able to put a mesh on the ground, I found that a good way to protect the crocuses is actually what you can do, is planting them in a pot. The bulbs will be dormant by late spring, so in late spring you can actually try to dig them underground, especially if you have like grass around your front border. And in summer the grass will continue sprouting and rooting, so basically while the corms of the crocuses that will stay underground. Then when winter comes, the bulbs will be protected anyway by these quite heavy nets of roots of the grass or of other plants. Of course, ensure that the plants that are around the crocuses are pretty small, otherwise you won't be able to see the crocuses, and actually they might not even be able to reach the sunlight and to produce leaves and blooms properly. And the rodents usually, if there is grass and there is a quite strong net of roots of the grass, they don't tend to dig too much, because obviously they will be exposed to predators like cats or raptorial birds or dogs, and also they are quite scared of anyway noises, etc. So especially in a garden, there's always usually in daylight someone walking around. And then the crocuses, however, they will pierce through the roots of the grass and also through the grass to produce the leaves and then the flowers. So this is a good way. And so the ideal time for me to put the crocus bulbs in the garden is actually early summer, not late summer, when these bulbs are sold for commercial purposes, because in this way, of course, you can plant them even in winter, but in winter the grass or other plants do not grow. So if the rodents have access to the ground, especially to the freshly laid compost on top of the bulbs, they will very easily dig the bulbs out and eat them. This way, instead, the grass between early summer and early autumn will have the time to produce roots and offer kind of protection with to the crocus bulbs underground. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Just a few words: the crocuses are very hardy in the UK. You can grow them across the UK. I think most of the in most of the country, as well as in many other temperate climates. Surely they are hardy between USDA zones 7 and 9. UK, indeed, most of the UK is between these USDA zones. I am particularly in Kent, so USDA zone 8, but other areas of the UK are between USDA zone 7 and USDA zone 9. And the crocuses will be perfectly fine. I think some crocuses are also hardy in lower USDA zones, like 6, maybe 5, but always, again, check with the particular species or variety you are growing, because, of course, different species and varieties might have different requirements for cultivation. As usual, again, thank you very much for watching. I hope that you enjoy the video. If you like this video, it would be great if you can please give it a thumbs up, and if you like this video and the other videos on my channel as well, it would be great if you can please subscribe. It is completely free for you, but in this way YouTube get information that people like my YouTube channel, and obviously helps me to support my channel. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.